So that song, Because I'm Happy, is bobbing in my head. Hello, everybody. So, yeah, I was listening to that song because, as you all know, every day I dance before I get up here and talk. And that is always the end of my dance routine is Because I'm Happy by Pharrell Williams. Because I'm happy. Okay. I know you did not come here to hear me sing because obviously it's not my strongest suit, but it's one that I embrace and love quietly and in my home. So, anyway, today we're talking about our outer thighs and the pain and the emotions that are stored there. And today, with the outer pain, the emotions are two things that we all have: frustration and impatience. Boy, oh boy, oh boy. Let's think about that. So, when we think about life, like we think about how fast do we live our life? The more quickly and mindlessly that we live our life, the more likely we're frustrated and we have impatient energy. Why? Why do we do this to ourselves? Because I'll show you a quick example of a vicious cycle that creates impatience and frustration. Okay, ready? And this is from my own life lesson. So I am a perfect candidate to show you a vicious cycle. I had problems sleeping at night. I would have anxiety attacks. I would have insomnia. Pretty much my old entire life, I could not sleep. I got to the point where taking Ambien did absolutely nothing to me. I know people that can take Ambien and they fall asleep eating an ice cream right then and there. Yeah, didn't even touch me. So, because I couldn't sleep, when I did fall asleep, when the clock would go off at 4 or 5 hours after I fell asleep, and I had to be up at 6, just wasn't happening. So I would lay there, I would stumble, and then finally I would keep hitting that snooze button, which is the worst thing we can ever do to our body. And then I'd finally drag myself out of bed. Then I'm rushing like crazy to get dressed because I need to get out of the house early because I know if I don't get out of the house by this time, I'm going to hit all the traffic in RTP and I'm never going to get there on time. Day in, day out, same story, same thing. And every day I'd get so frustrated. Why can't people drive? Why do I have to get stuck by every light? Why this? Why that? And the more I asked why, the frustrated I got. And the more frustrated I got, the less patience I had. I had zero patience for anything. There were times I didn't even like myself because I felt like I was too slow. I was not moving fast enough. How many of you have felt that? It's just like, come on. Can we? And then it just seemed like everything you touched dropped. Everything you tried to do broke. The computer wasn't moving fast enough. This wasn't happening. It was always something. But guess what? It all stemmed back from me not tapping in to see what was going on. Why am I not sleeping? Why am I suffering from insomnia? Why is my brain always operating and I can't get any clarity? I'm overwhelmed. I'm overworked. I have all of these things, unfinished projects. And then that turns into procrastination and that turns into self-sabotage and it turns into all these other things. And I was just walking around basically an entire bomb on the inside. Every emotion, every frustration. I was tired. Do you hear me? I was tired. And then one day, I got sat down. I was sat down. And what I realized is no more. There comes a point in your life where you're like, I can't do this anymore. I can't continue to be overweight and let my health decline. I can't continue to be broke and not have money to pay bills. I can't continue to not sleep at night because it is tearing me down. I can't continue at the rate that I'm going because this isn't getting better. Something's got to change, something's got to give, and I promise you, in every part of that, it starts with you. Making that change, making that commitment, making that decision that you're no longer going to allow things to frustrate you and continue to just build up. Why are you so frustrated? Ask yourself, why am I frustrated that the light is turning red? Why? It's supposed to turn red. Because it has to turn red for other people for you to get the green light. So why are we so impatient? How many times do we hear of road rage on the street? Why? We're driving down the road. I assure you, it had nothing to do with the person cutting them off. There was 999 million things going wrong, and that just happened to be the final straw that made you blow up. Who wants to live like that? Why do we choose that life? And let me say this real quick, because the first thing and the first thought that just popped in your head when I say, why do we choose this life? Is you're sitting there like, I didn't choose this. Yes, you did. That's the honesty. That's honest. You choose it. We don't hang on to anything. And you've heard me say this many, many times. You do not hang on to anything that is not benefiting you. So ask yourself, how is this benefiting you? What is it preventing you from truly embracing in life? This is where people that are religious and Christian, where they're like, well, you pray about it. Yes, you do pray about it. You can pray about it. But you also have to do things that open up and be open to the answers. That was the thing that I suffered with for years, is that I'm like, well, I'm praying for it all to get better. But I wasn't doing anything. I wasn't navigating the situation. I was like, oh, just throwing my hands back, letting it go on. No. We have to own some of that. We have to address some of those issues. Letting go of the how it's going to be rectified, I agree with that. But we have to understand the why it is going on. That's what we have to do. How it gets handled is completely different than why it's happening. Ask that question. Okay? So, when you think about your frustration and your impatience, understand it's not that one thing that's triggering it. That was just the final straw. Go back and say, why am I really frustrated? What is really not working in my life? What is really causing me to be impatient? Dig into that. See what you find. And I look forward to speaking to you tomorrow, because tomorrow is our final day of where emotions are stored and how it hurts. And this is one of my favorite ones to talk about, because it talks about our butts, our buttocks is the proper word, I guess you can say. And this is especially major in addition to the lower back, when you have your sciatic nerve, how your sciatic nerve runs down into your buttocks. If you have broken tailbones, things like that. These are things that we're going to talk about tomorrow. And those stem from rage and anger. See you lovelies tomorrow. Have a good day.